This is the item Bauer needed to include in their line. So welcome back, friends, to Build a Lot Acres. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the Bauer tool line and the new item that they've come out with that is going to be hitting shelves soon. It may have already hit shelves where you are. And in my opinion, Bauer really needed this item to stay in the game. Let's talk about what it is. So before we get into what the new item is that Bauer's offering that I'm pretty excited about, and I think is going to be a real good addition to their line, let's just talk about the line in general for just a minute or so. So anyone unfamiliar, maybe can get acquainted with the line. So Bauer would be Harbor Freight's mid-range battery tool line. It's 20-volt system. There's over 55 available tools in that line. And then you could also step up into the Hercules line, which is a little heavier duty built, a little more expensive to buy. That would be kind of more of their top end battery line from Harbor Freight, and that's also 20 volt. And the Hercules system has about 50 tools. So as far as the amount of tools in the line, they're pretty comparable. But there was one thing missing from the Bauer line that the Hercules line had, and in my opinion, Bauer really needed, and now they offer it, and that is the 8 amp hour battery. So if you're unfamiliar, you can get different size batteries for a battery tool. You don't have to have one battery. Depending on how big it is, it's going to last longer, run longer, need less charging, et cetera, et cetera. So currently, Bauer only offers 1.5, 3, and 5 amp hour batteries, whereas the Hercules line went up to 8 amp hours, which is pretty common for a lot of name brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee. Those bigger batteries, obviously they're more money, but like I said, it allows you more runtime. So now Bauer is offering 8 amp hour batteries in the line, which I think is great. So the two Harbor Freights near me, unfortunately, don't have any of the 8 amp hour batteries in yet. They said they're hoping to maybe in the next truck, which will be in the next week or so. So as soon as they get any in, I'll end up buying one. So depending on what Bauer tools you have, some of them really need the bigger batteries to run efficiently. They're going to tell you, for example, the circular saw, they recommend the 3 amp hour or bigger battery. They don't want you running this on a 1.5 amp hour battery, whereas you can on the impact driver or the cordless drill or some of those tools. But most of the outdoor power equipment type tools that are battery powered, such as chainsaws, pole saws, weed trimmers, hedge trimmers, those are going to have bigger batteries because they need more power to run. So you're going to have a lot better experience running a 5 amp hour battery on those and trying to do it on a 1.5. And now that they offer the 8 amp hour battery, I think that's excellent. I think that's going to be a real good thing for the line. I think it's going to help push the line, because that was one of the biggest complaints that I saw. I'm in some different groups for Harbor Freight, and one of the biggest complaints about Bauer was they didn't offer a big battery, whereas now they do. I know some people might be thinking you could just swap out batteries and keep batteries charged. As you hear, I have multiple chargers, multiple batteries. Yes, that would work, but depending on your situation, maybe you're working alone, you're not near where the chargers are plugged in. Maybe your power is on the ground level, you're up on a roof or up in staging or up on some erected steel. And it's just a pain to get down, grab new batteries, bring them up. You could have them in your tool belt, I guess, or have them nearby, but then you risk dropping them and having them get damaged. So having a big battery is definitely a positive option for a tool line. And it's one that I think Bauer really needed to include to stay competitive with some of the other brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, et cetera, et cetera. So the other thing that they're adding to the Bauer line that they've already kind of added actually is a dual port charger. So you can charge 2 batteries at one time, which is great. I have 2 of the single chargers, but having one is definitely a nice option to have. And if you have any questions regarding the prices of these items that I discussed, whether it be the 8 amp hour battery or the dual port charger, check out your local Harbor Freight and they can tell you what the prices are and the availability, because not all Harbor Freights have these items in yet. Mine don't near me. I have to wait a little longer, but I know some areas of the country, I believe, already have them in. I believe the West Coast is about the first area to get it because they're based out of California, meaning Harbor Freight. So I think the California stores in that area get the new stuff quicker than we do here on the East Coast. But let me know in the comments if your local Harbor Freight has these items in yet, what you think of them, and if you think it's a good thing for them to add to the line. See you next time.